Ms. Ferrer here. Today's show is a special edition. As you know, this has been Red Ribbon Week. We would like to share some drug information with you in hopes that you will be better prepared to make good decisions and stay drug-free. First up are McKinley and Peyton with some information on the dangers of smoking.
And this model inside the cigarette represents all the harmful chemicals that are found in tobacco smoke. Batteries are made of a metallic element called cadmium. Those who smoke breathe cadmium into their lungs. Arsenic is deadly poison. This is also another dangerous chemical that you breathe in when you smoke.
Tobacco causes heart disease, tooth decay, and mouth cancer.
Do you really want your mouth to look like this? Many people use tobacco and other drugs as a stress reliever.
Smoking is the #1 cause of death.
I'm McKinley.
And I'm Peyton.
And have a great day.
Thanks, girls. Did you see that mouth? Yuck. Smoking is disgusting. And now let's learn some more about alcohol with Emily and Madison.
This is Madison.
And Emily. Today we're going to talk to you about alcohol.
Alcohol is a drug found in beer, wine, whiskey, and liquor.
Alcohol is against the law. You must be 21 to consume and or purchase.
Alcohol can cause lots of diseases.
Cirrhosis is a liver disease. In the United States, one of the main causes of this disease is alcohol abuse.
In the body, alcohol breaks down to form chemicals that are toxic to the liver.
As the disease progresses and more scar tissue form, the ability to perform its major functions, such as aiding in the digestion of food and filtering waste and toxins from the blood, decreases.
Fetal alcohol affects abnormalities in newborn infant. The chronic ingestion of large amounts of alcohol around the time of conception or during pregnancy. Symptoms include mental retardation, delayed mental development, structural abnormalities of the face and head, abnormalities of the heart and limbs.
Alcohol can give you physical and emotional changes.
You see why you shouldn't drink alcohol. It can be bad for your life and your health.
Thanks, Emily and Madison, for those facts. Bottom line, drinking before you're of legal age is dangerous and illegal, so just don't do it. Now, let's learn some more about marijuana with Hannah and Ansley.
Something strange in the school. Who you gonna call? Mythbusters! Something weird and it don't look good. It's probably marijuana.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're your marijuana Mythbusters. Myth number 1.
Marijuana is natural, right?
So it must be healthy. Myth! Guess what else is natural?
Your poop.
Would you smoke your poop?
Would you put your poop in brownies?
Ugh.
Poop brownies? No.
Myth number 2. Having marijuana isn't that big of a deal.
There's no consequences?
The incident you're about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. All right, get in the car. $750,000 people each year get busted for marijuana possession. Myth busted.
Thanks for busting those myths, girls. I certainly don't want any poop brownies. These drugs were all somewhat well known. Let's learn some more about some that you may not have heard of.
These are some other dangerous drugs.
Vicodin, Ibuprofen, and Tussinex are all types of painkillers. These drugs are prescribed by doctors for pain relief. An overdose effect is slow and shallow breathing, clammy skin, comas, and possible death. Now to depressants.
Xanax is a depressant used to treat anxiety. Valium is used to treat anxiety, alcohol withdrawal, muscle spasms, and seizures. Both Xanax and Valium used while drinking alcohol can be deadly.
Trail mix normally happens at large parties. Everyone at the party brings some type of drug, and everyone pours their drug into a large bowl. Then they take large handfuls at one time and eat them. Trail mix is very dangerous. You never know what you are eating, meaning you will have an overdose effect from every drug in the bowl, which is most likely deadly.
Molly is the powder form of MDMA. The pill form of Molly is known as ecstasy. Side effects: sudden loss of appetite, not being able to get out of bed for long periods of time, and possible death. And now check out this skit on the dangers of Molly.
What was that? Some Molly want some?
I don't think so, you guys. That's really not a good idea.
Come on, Taja.
I don't know. It sounds crazy.
Are you okay?
No, not you okay, Taja? I don't know. That just really made me dizzy. I think I got too much of it. It's okay, Taja.
No, I think
You need to get it. Oh my God. You okay? Hey.
Oh my gosh, is she okay?
I don't know.
Taja,
Call the ambulance.
911. Someone just passed out. We don't know if she's okay. She's in Molly. We need help. Okay, hurry.
So I got you guys on video by your lockers. What are you doing at your lockers?
He's selling drugs.
Lorenzo is selling you drugs? Lorenzo, do you still have the stuff on you?
Yes, sir.
So who's got it?
She does.
Do you have it?
Yes, sir.
And this is what was in your locker. And what is it?
Molly.
All right. Stand up, put your hands behind your back. You both are being arrested for possession of drugs and for possession of drugs on school property, which is a separate charge altogether. We're going to call your parents, and there's a good chance you'll be spending the night at the Department of Juvenile Justice in their jail division.
That was a powerful skit. Taja could have died from doing drugs. No way that's worth it. I hope you have learned some things that will help you remember the dangers of doing drugs and encourage you to stay drug-free. I, for one, am very proud to be drug-free. Instead of doing drugs, I am high on life. There are things in our lives that are natural highs. I have lots of them, like spending time with family and friends, watching movies, coming to school and seeing you guys every day, and of course, watching my Tigers play. Let's take a look at these celebrities and their natural highs. This first one is one of my favorite people, Travis Pastrana.
I was born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland. My dad had a construction company, just was always riding anything with a motor, building anything with a motor, and we'd go down to Florida on the weekends for the winters because it got a little too cold here to ride motorcycles. But you know, it was definitely a full-time commitment, just having fun and trying to ride everything we could. think for any kid, starting 4, 5, 6, riding a dirt bike, they always just assume they're going to be a professional motocrosser. And when I was 9, 10, 11, a lot of my friends started realizing that that dream wasn't a reality. And for me, reality just never really set in, and just kept passionate and kept focused. And everyone says, what's the key to making it a sport? And I'd say to have a passion for it. Or it doesn't have to be a sport. It could be it could be school. It could be anything. If you're passionate about what you do, you'll find a way to make it work. And I think that's just what I've always been.
He was really, really good on the bicycle, and up and down steps, and just crazy on a bicycle. From 2.5, he had a go-kart at 2.5, a bicycle at 3, and just rode it hard. And so we thought, what can we challenge him with? And somebody said, a motorcycle.
For me, it was interesting because motocross is a sport where it's mostly athletes. Everyone works hard, everyone trains hard. No one that I knew really did drugs or definitely no one even drank, really. Everyone was just focused on trying to get their body as healthy as possible. It wasn't possible to do both. You either wanted to be the best in your sport or you wanted to have fun. I believe talent is something that's earned. Talent is something that you gain from blood, sweat, and hard work along the way. It seems like the guys that work really hard, that are younger, that they gave up a lot of stuff to be who they were. They didn't really have the childhood. They didn't have a lot of friends. They focused a lot on their sports, and when they get really good really fast and a lot of money starts coming in, and then they start getting into a different scene, and they're like, all of a sudden they're cool, and they never really been the guy that everyone was looking up to. And it's difficult to stay the road and stay the path, and remember how you got there and why you're on top. And at that point, you also have a responsibility to be a role model, someone other people look up to.
He was very aware that to land the right kind of sponsors, if you want to be an athlete and you want to be good at what you do, you have to put the sport first, and that never includes smoking cigarettes, alcohol. It never includes anything except just a good, clean life. That's who they want to see when they give you that sponsorship. So Travis was well aware of who he was supposed to be, and he did more than that. He made sure that the people, not only did they think he was that clean cut, he really was that clean cut.
There's always going to be options to take, plan B, and you always see friends going down road, or maybe even not friends, but acquaintances or people maybe you can look up to. And there's always, you have the option to be healthy, and that may mean staying away from drugs, staying away from alcohol. It may just mean waking up every morning before school and going for a run. But you have to ask yourself, what are my goals in life? I know that's something that a lot of kids say, oh well, I don't need to think that far ahead, but really every action and everything that you do has a consequence and has a reaction. It's just something that I think is really important to realize. Where do you want to go and who do you want to be? Not who everyone else wants you to be. And it's kind of thinking for yourself, I think, is a big part of why not to do drugs. My name is Travis Pastrana, and my natural high is following my passion.
I'm Michael Conley from Indianapolis, Indiana. My natural high would have to be basketball. As a kid, I played baseball, football, ran track, played basketball, of course. I played all the sports I could get my hands on. And anything that my family would let me do, I was going out there and trying it.
Upon a drive
first time I probably heard about drugs was when I moved to Indianapolis in 6th grade. Where we moved to wasn't the best area. Guys were running around school, talking about different things that they're doing and they might try. And you have a couple people approach you like, hey man, come over here and check this out. And you just gotta, I sat there and I was scared first off because my mother and father told me not to do drugs, not to do, the bad things. And, it kept happening. It would happen over and over and somebody might ask, but I always made up excuses until I had enough courage to just say, nah, I'm good. I don't feel like doing that. I don't think that's gonna help me, become what I want to become. I've had a lot of people that I've grown up with that could have had the same things as me, that could have been able to go to college, been able to get scholarships, if they would have just made the right decision. A good friend of mine, he was really good at basketball. I say he was better than me at the time. At the early age, he got caught into drinking alcohol, doing drugs, messing around with women, and trying to grow up too fast. It makes me almost mad because I know I could have helped him out when I was younger, but I was too young to understand at the time. There's no question it's going to be tough to not do what your friends are doing, but if you can, hold yourself to a different level than your friends, if you can put yourself, on a higher level and take the higher road, they'll still be your friends, and maybe, your choices will influence them to not do what they're doing. Stay focused and learn that, it's not about being popular. It's about making a name for yourself, whether it, be with your school or whatever it might be. I'm Michael Conley. My natural high would have to be basketball.
That's all for this show. I hope you have learned some important information about the dangers of drugs and how great it can be to be drug-free. Have a great